Go.
Welcome to the case of radioactive dating versus the state of Kansas. John, present your please.
Radioactive dating has often spurred great controversy and therefore should no longer be used in our state of Kansas. Your Honor, please listen to this case thoughtfully and understand the consequences of radioactive dating. It is not always accurate, as I will explain later in my testimony against the defendant. Our taxpayers in the state of Kansas have funded this project of scientific research and will not be satisfied when the results of the study will be released to the general public later this year. We must fund more accurate methods of dating and stick to our morals in an attempt to lead the U.S. in the pursuit of dating objects. Now, radioactive dating, please explain your case.
I am radioactive dating. I am very useful for telling the natural age of the past. I am known as the clock in the rocks. Using radioactive elements, scientists can determine the age of a certain thing, such as a rock or a bone. Scientists can use the known decay rate of radioactive elements to calculate the length of time required to produce the daughter element. The daughter elements formed after the decay of the parent or the radioactive element.
Okay, Rob.
Hello, the Honorable Judge Carolyn. My client, radioactive dating, is being unconstitutionally pursued by the state of Kansas. His unalienable rights are being infringed upon. I look towards your judgment to see that my client is being unfairly treated and to have the state of Kansas reprimanded. There are many reasons why my defendant is important to society, yet the state of Kansas continues to unlawfully pursue him. Radioactive dating is safe and it tells us a lot more about our environment. It lets us see into the secrets of humanity that were only guessed at before. It might have a few flaws, but so did the automobile industry when it first came out. Radioactive dating is still in its infancy steps, and if you continue to stop its growth, we may never find out about the true history of the Earth.
Okay, John, begin your argument.
Radioactive dating. Your method has failed before in 1949, 1954, and 1975 at Mount Ngauria, New Zealand. The true ages of the rocks formed less than 50 years ago, and yet potassium-argon dating method says they were 3.5 million years old.
The data was not wrong. The 3.5 million years that were absorbed came from the gas that was already deep inside the volcano rock. This gas came up from the lava, so we did not realize we were only dating the lava, but we were dating the mountain as a whole. Gas came from the center of the Earth and can prove how old the Earth is itself.
That's blasphemous. We already know how old the Earth is from the Bible.
This may be his eyewitness account, but the Bible explains why the Earth is created, and science proves how.
Science does prove how, but it's not always accurate. Radioactive decay rates have been measured for over 60 years now, and for many of the decay clocks without any observed changes. It's been close to 100 years since the uranium-238 decay rate was first determined.
Both long-range and short-range dating methods have been successfully verified by dating lavas of historical known ages over a range of several thousand years.
We cannot believe something that far in the past. Over time, substances can be added to a sample, thus making this method of dating inaccurate. There was no person around to record how much of a given sample was present.
There are different ways to date things, such as tree rings and ice cores, all add up and show the same data as radioactive dating. Therefore, the different methods of dating agree.
How can you claim that different methods of dating agree? Over time, trees decay and ice melts. Therefore, the methods of dating, other than radioactive, cannot concur with the results of radioactive dating.
There is nearly no disagreement in dating. Values needed to support the ideas of a younger Earth would require differences in age measured in orders of magnitude, factors of 10,000 to a million or more. Actual differences are usually a few percent, not orders of magnitude.
What about fossils? They are almost never dated using radioisotopes since they rarely contain suitable radioactive elements. The common way to date fossils is by dating an associated volcanic rock. How can this be accurate if the potassium-argon method of radioactive dating assumes that the clock begins to tick the moment the rock starts to harden? How do we know exactly when the rock hardens?
Radioactive decay rates have been measured for over 60 years, and many decay rates have been observed without change. The uranium-238 decay rate was first determined almost 100 years ago.
So, Judge, what is your decision?
Well, listening to both of your cases, radioactive dating, you are sentenced to carbon's half-life in prison.